Hello YouTube. I just wanted to do an update on the grinder I made a little while back, which is on another video. I've actually swapped out the motor for a faster motor because I had a 8-inch wheel on there before, which was a wooden wheel which was far too big and it wasn't running right. So I've had a 5.5-inch wheel made and fitted that onto a motor. So I'm getting about 3,000, just over 3,000 surface feet per minute on the belt. The other thing I've altered on here is how I've done all the tracking wheel arm. If you look on my other video, I had another piece of box that went down inside here with a spring in the bottom. You see a lot of people making them like that. But what I found is I couldn't get the top part, the smaller piece of box, to fit tight into the 50mm box. I had a couple of mil plate, even though I welded a plate onto it. I'll actually show you the wheel now, the actual bar. This was the bar I was using with the tracking wheel on top there. I even welded a small plate on there to take a bit of the play away, but I was still getting a little bit of play in there, which was causing me problems with the tracking wheel all the time, and I couldn't get it to track tidy. So basically what I've done, I've got this is all 50mm, which is 4mm thick. So inside I had 42mm. So I've welded two 6mm plates on the inside. They've slotted down inside all the way down, and then I've got a 30mm stainless steel box which fitted in there right. 30, 6 and 6 is 42mm, fitted lovely inside there. I've built this new style of tracking where it just pushes on the back like that, and I've got the arm. So when I undo this now, and this is much better than the spring which was down inside here, where I had to push on the top here to compress the spring to get the belt on. That idea, the first idea I had in my first video, would work okay, but you would have to have a really tight fit on this arm that went down inside. You'd have to have a really tight fit on that. I couldn't seem to get it. It was either too tight or not tight enough. I played around with it for a long time and just couldn't get it right. So I think unless you're actually gonna, like, I noticed some people use like a flat plate and they make this part themselves and then put this section in, maybe with a couple of little thin shims. That would work okay, but doing the 50mm box and the 40mm box, it just wasn't any good. So if you're thinking of building one of these, I wouldn't recommend really going that route. Rather go this type of route. You could fit a spring on the back to pull it down, very similar to the red one in my other video, but I've gone with a gas ram on this one. I've got a 120 Newton gas ram. I have actually got a 150 one as well. The 120 seems to be working alright. It's nice and smooth, plenty of travel. I can just pull the arm down, pull out my, let me get you focused in here a minute. pull out my plate and wheels and that, like that, tighten them up there and let this go. And I do, you know, the belt is nice and tensioned, you know, just right. Everything seems to be running fine. I haven't got any variable speed on this. If I find that I might need it in the future, then maybe I will get something like that. But the other thing I've done as well since my first video, I fitted this doll starter switch. Because of the power of the motor, I kept tripping the fuse panel in my workshop. So I was told that I needed this, so all that's fitted. And I've just got it off to a 13 amp plug. But this new motor I've got, the last one I had was only running at 1430 RPM and it was a 1 horsepower. This one is a 2 horsepower and it's running at 2800 RPM. With the 5.5 inch wheel, I think it's giving me about 3000 surface feet per minute on the actual belt. I've tried it out, it's working perfect. It grinds well. So that's the updates I've done. So like I said, if you're thinking of going for that style, you've got to make sure that this arm you put in for your tracking wheel, that slots down in there, fits lovely. It's got to fit perfect, because any slight play exaggerates on the tracking wheel, which causes all sorts of problems. So you're better off going for this method. Because everything on here now is lovely and tight. There's no play or anything. So it's a big improvement. So I'm glad I've done that. So thanks for watching all. I hope that it helps someone who is actually making one.